starting out solitary. It's Lippy Witch, and this is week 183. And this week we're talking about when a spell doesn't work. So, for me, when a spell doesn't work, I feel there's like one of two reasons that is. Either one, well, I won't even give it a number how many different reasons you could have it. One, you could not be in the right state of mind or intent, and the energies just aren't right, so it's not going to work if that isn't all aligned correctly. Two, if you're one of those witches that need to have very particular ingredients for a spell, or you need something specific and for whatever reason you don't have that and you substitute it with something else, but it really calls for that one specific ingredient that really can't be substituted, that could potentially be what it is. Although most things are easily substituted for. I feel that there's also an area that if a spell doesn't work, it's also the energies of the universe or whatever you feel has given you magic is choosing not to allow it to work. I know that that kind of gives the universe a sentient label, but it's kind of hard to explain. That the universe knows it's not right, even if you're aligned correctly, your gradients are aligned correctly, but what you were doing just shouldn't be done, I guess. Even though we all have free will. But if you give the universe or a goddess or whoever you think is in charge of your your intentions, once they leave you, that if the intention isn't right or good, or it's hurting for no reason, because a lot of witches feel that if you're doing something, it should be like defensive, not offensive, unless like dire, sorry my face, it just, unless dire circumstances, and if you're doing something to hurt someone else, it's going to come back at you. I feel like if a spell doesn't work, that's kind of your first warning. Like, don't do it again or it's going to bite you in the ass. So it's kind of, there's different reasons why a spell won't work, but I feel generally you'll know what that is. Sorry if I'm pausing a lot, it's just, it's kind of one of those mornings where thinking is a little slower than usual. But for me, if a spell doesn't work, I'll usually just leave it alone. If it's not like a dire emergency, I'll just be like, alright, so this is not right. So I'll come back to it later, because I'm one of those who will get frustrated pretty easily, and that type of energy doesn't need to be put into a spell when you're doing intentions for XYZ reasons. So I'll come back to it later, or if it's really not that important, disregard it completely and move on. So that's kind of my thoughts on the whole subject. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.